Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Apptrepreneur Show, the place where you go if you are a fledgling entrepreneur who wants to make money using apps. I am your host, Kevin, the Apptrepreneur, and it is an honor and privilege to have you stay here. And let us talk about Amazon today. Amazon is a favorite topic of mine. I hate this company. I hate it so much. And yet, once in a while, you got to give the devil his due. So I have criticized Amazon for a lot of things, rightfully so. And ever since COVID hit, big tech has been debating what to do about this newfound freedom that employees want called remote work. A few companies like Twitter and Facebook decided to make remote work a permanent option. People like Elon Musk of Tesla and, Tim Cook at Apple, they basically decided, we want people back in the office. We think people are more productive in the office. And of course, look at these expensive buildings we have. We're not going to pay for them for no reason, right? And then you have some companies that are in the middle. And Amazon has been one of these companies that has been in the middle. They have not outright said that remote work is going to be permanent, but they have not committed to forcing everyone to come back onto the campuses. Well, at least in some areas, Amazon has made a decision on the issue. They have ultimately decided that they would like to make remote work permanent, particularly in the call centers, because they have realized that this is an area, and there might be more areas where they discover that, hey, they can send employees home and close some factory. Well, I don't know if it's their factories, but close some offices, and they can save a lot of money on real estate if the staff work from home. This comes from Bloomberg. Amazon.com Incorporated is encouraging customer service employees at some U.S. call centers to work from home, signaling the company's preference for remote work in certain roles that would help save money on real estate, according to people familiar with the matter. The shift is part of a plan to close multiple call centers around the country, including one that opened in 2005 in Kennewick, Washington, said one of the people who asked not to be named because they weren't authorized to speak about the plans. An Amazon spokesperson declined to comment about planned closures, but confirmed the shift to remote work. Quote, "We're offering additional members of our customer service team the increased flexibility that comes with working virtually," Amazon spokesperson Brad Glasser said in an email. "We're working with employees to make sure their transition is seamless while continuing to prioritize best-in-class support for customers. The pandemic forced companies to embrace remote work for customer service roles, and many employees are resisting efforts to return to office. Before the pandemic, as many as 90% of some 3 million U.S. customer service representatives commuted to call centers. Post-pandemic, about half of them are expected to work from home and half commute to offices, according to Jeff Christophus, who oversees staffing giant Kelly Services contact center unit. Offering remote work will help Amazon recruit employees in an industry with high turnover. In addition to providing workers flexibility, Amazon won't be locked into specific cities from which to fill positions. It can also save on real estate if it shifts enough staffers to work from home and closes existing facilities. Amazon started letting customer service representatives work from home before the pandemic. Its cloud computing division sells Amazon Connect software that helps companies create remote customer service networks. Amazon has call centers around the U.S., including in Kennewick and Phoenix, that each employ hundreds of workers. Still, call center employees make up a small fraction of the company's more than 1.5 million workers. So, Amazon has basically decided, hey, you know what? What are we doing? The employees don't want to come to the office to do this, completely frustrating job. We can have them do it at home. And if we have enough of them work from home, we can save a lot of money. So why wouldn't we actually take advantage of that? And I agree. Sorry, my stutter, folks. If employees want to work from home, then why wouldn't Amazon accommodate that, especially if it's going to make money? But now you might be thinking to yourself, well, if Amazon's going to be saving so much money, then clearly people who work from home are going to be shouldering more of the costs, because it has been argued that, hey, yeah, you might be saving the commute, but you are paying for AC. You're paying for electricity. You might be having Uber Eats or DoorDash delivered to your house more as you work from home. There are a lot of hidden costs to working from home. So does the employee actually make out like a bandit if the company itself is going to be saving all this money when they decide to do remote work? And I had to look it up to see if Amazon was just pulling a fast one on people, but apparently no. Working from an office costs employees, not employers, employees almost twice as much as working from home. This comes to us from Mental Floss, and this article is written by Michelle Debzak. So, time isn't the only thing remote workers save by ditching their commute. According to a recent report, going into the office costs nearly twice as much as working from home full-time, with in-person employees spending an extra $5,000 a year. As Money reports, the video conferencing solution company's Owl Labs surveyed more than 2,300 full-time employees about their daily spending habits this past July. Workers who commuted into the office spent $863 a month on average on related expenses, such as meals, pet care, and transportation. Remote employees, meanwhile, spent $423 per month in the same categories, adding up to $440 saved. A hybrid work model has been presented as a compromise between the traditional work schedule and the new remote wave, but it can still end up costing employees. 1/3 of the survey participants reported going into the office only part-time, and they still outspent their fully remote counterparts by a significant amount. The average hybrid worker spends $15.11 on commuting, $14.25 on lunch, and $8.46 on coffee and breakfast each day. With food and gas prices reaching historic highs in 2022, these daily expenses have become harder to budget for. In fact, right there, that's almost $40 a day you save. Working from home comes with its own hidden costs like internet, electricity, and office supplies, but compared to the $4 lattes and $15 sandwiches you might buy every day as a commuter, these expenses are minor. If you're looking to invest some of the money you save on commuting into your home office, here are some products to spruce up your setup. And yeah, let's talk about that. So like the internet, I don't know anyone who doesn't actually have internet, and internet is just something you could probably expect to be paying for anyway. Electricity, yeah, you're probably going to spend a little bit more money on electricity, but oh well. Now, office supplies, I mean, yeah, I guess you're going to be spending more money on office supplies, but then there was a lot of people who bought their own office supplies anyway. Like, they bought their own pens because they wanted them to be uniquely theirs, or they bought their own mouse because they wanted to be stylish. So for some people, they were spending money on these extra expenses anyway. And, well, if you're going to pay for it anyway, you might as well work at home. So here's the thing. I have to give Amazon a little bit of credit on this. They realize that, hey, you know what? We can save a lot of money. Our employees want to work remotely, and the employees will be saving about $5,000 a year on average. It's a win-win situation. And when a big company like Amazon leads by example, other companies tend to follow suit. So I'm hoping that not only does this catch on for all call centers, because I don't know why you have to go to the office and you're going to be on the phone all day. Hopefully more areas of the company and these companies will be remote, as companies realize that employees really don't need to be coming into the office that much if you really get down to it. And plus, there's Microsoft Teams. Now, Microsoft Teams has its own shortfalls with the potential of people spying on you. But you know what? The Microsoft CEO says that that's not what Microsoft Teams is meant for. And we're going to talk about it on the next episode of the Apptrepreneur Show. So in the meantime, what do you think about this topic? Do you agree, disagree with what Amazon is doing? How do you feel about it? Are you one of these workers who are potentially going to be affected by this change? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.